All right, I now want to welcome in one of the biggest Lakers fans in the world. Also, he happened to be the man that Kobe Bryant asked to do the national anthem on the night of his last game. They had a great relationship. Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers here to help us celebrate Kobe. Thank you so much, friend, for joining us. We really appreciate it. I'll just start asking you the same question I asked Robert and Matt. What memories are brought up for you on a day like today?
It's a flood of memories, and waking up today and realizing it was the anniversary of his death. Firstly, just that this entire year has gone by without him, and what a touchstone he was for our city on a multitude of levels. As an athlete, the amazing things that he did, the transcendent acts on the basketball court, it's not so much for me personally what he did, it's how what he did made me feel. And I think that's a universal thing. It's what it made us all feel.
Right.
It's like when someone dedicates themselves to a craft so completely and transcends so profoundly, it satisfies a yearning in all of us, because every one of us yearns to be better. We yearn to be better as human beings, as friends, as lovers, as whatever field we're in, whether it's arts or academics or athletics or whatever our labor is of life. We all yearn to be better. When someone shows us how far you can take it, it's inspiring and it touches us. And for someone like me, and for the many of us that are basketball fanatics, we know that basketball is a vehicle for the most profound expression of human spirit. And Kobe embodied that to the furthest extent that we could ever imagine. And I'm so grateful for him. And I can't help but think back to that day a year ago when he passed, and how absolutely devastating it was to get that news. And, because we were watching this guy evolve. Not just, as an athlete, he evolved through his career from being so arrogant in the beginning to bringing in his teammates in a more complete way as his career evolved, but also as a human being,
Yeah.
to someone who became warmer and kinder and more inclusive. And then, after he retired, all the work he did with his daughter and women's basketball and bringing attention to it, and how important that was, gender equity in sports. And to think back to that day, you're sitting there devastated that Kobe left us, and then we hear that his beautiful little girl was gone. And it was, absolutely crushing. And, it's a time for memory, and it's a very solemn thing.
No, that's all. Yeah, it's so eloquently put. The idea of what he made you feel, that Maya Angelou quote, right? That is Kobe to a T. And I do want to honor Vanessa's wishes by focusing on points in his life. And it is funny, for all the championships, for all the great moments, that last night, Flea, I feel just so honored to have been in the building for his final performance. And you did a lot more than that. He asked you to be the one to do the national anthem that night. What did that mean to you? And just also to see him drop 60 in his exit. What do you remember about that night?
That I wanted to do a good job for him, to honor him. And then it was, just thinking about his whole career. I met him before he ever played a game for the Lakers, after they drafted. And I didn't know Kobe well at all. I'd met him a few times, and he was always kind and generous with his time with me. But I just wanted to honor him and to do the best at my craft, that I could, and as the best that I could do for him, and to channel God, to channel the spirits, and to be a conduit for all that is good about humanity, and do my best as an evolving person to honor him. That's all I ever wanted to do in that regard.
Well, you've done that, certainly, and more. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. It's good to see you again, and I know that Kobe's in your heart, not just today, but every day. Thank you, Flea. We appreciate it.
Okay, Rachel. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.